Hey everyone, it's George. Welcome back. I hope you're doing great wherever you are in the world. So as the thumbnail suggests, don't look back. So you may be asking, okay, what's the catch? What's the whole hook for this? We've been gone from Portugal roughly a year. So it's been 12 months since we moved from Portugal after 5 years there, moved back to the United States, to Phoenix, a different part of the city than what we were living in, but moved back essentially to the same vicinity. And several people have reached out and going, what are the reasons for moving back? Which honestly were not frustration, it was work related. But what are your thoughts being back for a year? And do you have any advice for people that may be looking to leave Portugal? As you know from videos I've made, and you're starting to see more content where people are finally, I think, being more critical of Portugal, the government specifically, and how it runs things. And the advice I would give to everybody, because I don't like to keep you waiting until the end of a video, is to not look back, which was on the thumbnail. Portugal worked until it didn't, and we had a fantastic time for that period of time that we were there. Not without challenges, not without frustrations, not without I wish I would have knowns, but there was a learning curve. And my wife and I have both talked about how fortunate we were to be able to move to another country and learn another culture, learn how things are done across the pond, as we like to say. So that, can't take that experience away, and we always look at that and look back at it fondly, but we don't spend a lot of time reminiscing about, do you remember when, or so-and-so, or we have our friends, that we have some lifelong friends that we were able to connect with, and we will, down the road, especially when we get to retirement, be able to do some trips with them and see them maybe a little more often than what we will as we're still in the workforce. That, is amazing to be able to meet people from around the world that you have some common bond with and share some common threads. That's very cool. But my thought and my process in life is to not spend a whole lot of time looking in the rearview mirror and seeing what I did or what we've done. Yeah, every once in a while Facebook brings up the memories of you were here, or you said that, or you were over there, or you worked here. To me, I don't spend a lot of time thinking about what was. I think about what can be. I don't know if that works for you. But that's the recommendation when people ask me, what are the advice when you're looking to leave? Get out and don't look back. Now that's just me. So we're 3 minutes into this video. What say you? Those of you that have left, what can you share in comments with people about that experience of leaving? Whether it was good riddance or sad to leave, do you spend time reminiscing about your experience living in Portugal? For those of you that are about to leave, there are many of you, when I say many, dozens, probably a few dozen people that I'm aware of, that have already gone through the application process and you're waiting to move to another country. I know in some cases you probably just can't wait to get out. But as you start the process of looking back, what are your thoughts? Are you already checked out and you're going, I can't wait for this thing to be due so we can move to this other country? What are your feelings about that? I am very curious to know that, because for me, I guess a way to explain it is like a relationship. If it ends, wishing it would have been different, or spending a lot of time going through what could have been different, maybe that would be good therapy, but I don't spend a lot of time with that. I guess I have the notion of, I don't have a lot of time on this earth. I don't know when my day is up, so I want to enjoy whatever time I have until that time as best as I can. So the past is just that. It's the past, something to talk about, but I don't want to relive it. And that's where Portugal sits. We often get asked, would you move back? Or when you retire, for good, are you thinking about Portugal again? And usually I come out right away and say no. And part of that, people assume that comes across as, well, you hated it and you would never go back. That's not the case. We were fortunate to get into Portugal without any visa delays. We didn't have any temporary resident renewal delays. We didn't have, although taxes took longer every year to get a refund or to pay, that's good or not good or bad, that wasn't frustrating. There were no deal breakers. There were things that bothered us along the way. But if things were deal breakers, we would have moved back long before. But I just don't spend a lot of time thinking about, what could have been, because I don't know that it's valuable, because that's seconds that are eaten up on what might be. But many of you are more reflective than I am. Admittedly, I am not the most reflective person. So if you are reflective about that, I would love to have you maybe explain and comment and give us your thoughts as you have left Portugal or you're in the process of it. What is your strategy for letting go of it or coming to terms with it? Maybe that's a better way of your experience. We enjoyed it. It was the right time to move. For us, it was 2019. We also feel like what happened 2023, NHR, like some of the immigration changes that were happening, we moved back in 2024, but it just felt like it was the right time to leave as well. So we feel like we had this really good window of time where we got to enjoy, for the most part, Portugal, and not have to deal with some of the frustration that our friends right now are dealing with the renewals or taking forever for citizenship. We just haven't had that issue. So again, if I did reflect and look back, I would say, it wasn't that bad. Do I have issues with it? Yep. Would I move back again for retirement? No, because it's like maybe hooking up with an ex-lover or something like that. You've been there, done that. I don't know if I would do that again. There are other countries out there that I want to be able to explore, and also just reading the tea leaves, seeing where things are going politically. I don't know that I want to be there in the future other than to visit as a tourist. But I really want to know what you're thinking and what your thoughts are. Please give us some advice. Give us your thoughts on how you feel as you're looking to leave Portugal, or for those of you that have left. It's very important to get these comments out, because I think it's good therapy. If anything else, people can learn from others who have been in the same shoes. As always, thank you so much for watching, and enjoy your travels.